Right, let's get some scrim because I ran out yesterday. I got all this in here. Let's have them two today. I'm gonna need some beads, so let's get what we got here. We got plenty of beads, loads there, boxes there. Let's grab a couple of beads. I buy them in bulk online from these companies that don't stop ringing you up. But they do a good offer. I mean, you end up getting the beads for about 99p each. And then just charge them for your £2.40 weeks each job you do. So if you can, and you've got storage, it's worth investing a few quid. And also you ain't got to keep going in Wixes and rummaging through the racks and trying to sort out the bent ones from the straight ones. So it's a bit of a mess in there. It's Saturday morning, it's 10 to 8. I should be at the job for 8 o'clock. Let's go and do a bit of collar, eh? I haven't seen the job, I've only seen a photo of it. So I've got what I think is the right materials for it. I don't know if it's a day or two's work. So anyway, let's get there and have a look, shall we? Well, here's the job. It's to make this good, board that fireplace up. Just sort of tidy it all up really. Skim that wall. And then I'm going to dot and dab, well I'm going to foam and dab plasterboard to this wall because it's a cold external wall to get a bit of moisture on it. So I'm going to stick plasterboard on that to try and make it a bit more of a warmer surface. And then once that's all done, oh yes right, yeah, I'm going to use this foam there, the old Suda foam. Quite like that stuff, and I will be using a proper can with a proper gun soon. One of my subscribers keeps tipping me out for using them cans, but I promise you that's the last of the ones I got. And then I've got, just to make this good really, so I've bought some 9.5mm board because I'm just going to board into this strut on top of the lathes really. Make it in with some hardware. I've not got any bonding, I've got a couple of bags of hardware on the van that I've had for a long time. So although it's not the right material, it's going to do for a Saturday job. And that's it really, so let's crack on and get on with a bit of work. Now there was quite a bit of depth to make up on this fireplace here, so I thought instead of just trying to bond all that out, I just trebled up actually. It's already got 2 bits of plasterboard on the face of that, and then I put another big bit on top. And I screwed into the brickwork as well, because sometimes with that expanding foam, although it's not massively expanding, if you don't keep your eye on it, it can push your board right out, and then you've basically got to rip it off and start again. So just put some plugs and screws in it just to keep it all good, and that's brought me out to a decent level then for skimming. Just saves all that aggravation trying to get it right with bonding or hardball. Nice and easy, simple job. Okay, so it's just coming up to 11 o'clock now, and I've sort of buttoned in all the bits and pieces. Foamed that plasterboard onto that wall, because that was a cold external wall that kept condensating and getting a bit of black mould on it. So just as a sort of quick upgrade, I suppose, I've just foamed some plasterboard to the wall, because the plasterboard is a warmer surface to touch, so in theory it shouldn't condensate as much. So that's that. Fireplace is all boarded over. It's been treble boarded really. It's had a bit of board, another bit of board, then this full board, just to bring it out nice and plumb, because that was really dipping in. I've patched these in as best as I can. I wasn't going to start cutting all this square. Do you know, there's a lot of dust coming from that, so I thought I'd just cut the plasterboard wonky, fill it in. Same with that bit. So now I'm just going to make in all these deeper bits. And I've run out of bonding, but what I've got a couple of bags of hardwall that were given to me at my local builders merchants, because they were out of date, and they were given to me about easy 2 or 3 months ago. So I'm hoping that is going to go off like that. Hopefully not before I've got it on the wall. So by the way, the reason I've stuck that board to the wall with a foam is that if you use the plasterboard adhesive, the powder stuff that you mix up, and obviously you put your dabs on and stick it, because that is a cold exterior wall, what can happen is, when that does get cold, once it's all decorated, once it gets cold again, the dabs behind can start pulling through moisture and becoming cold, and you'll start seeing what looks like little damp circles all over your wall, and that's cold coming back through them dabs, showing up on your paint. So if you do it with a foam, obviously no water can transfer through the foam, and the foam will leave it off the wall a bit as well with the gaps behind, so in theory it should eliminate that. So that's why I will generally use that to stick a wall. Always on an external wall, but generally on an internal as well. It just goes off quicker. It's just less mess, less fuss. Now the date on this bag is 16th of the 5th, 2025. And we are now 23rd of the 1st, 2026. So let's see just how quick an old bag of gear will go off. I'm hoping it will go off within 15-20 minutes. Would be perfect for this. Now I think I'm due a new mixer, by the way. This is an old Wix mixer I got, and I've probably had this mixer for 12, 13 years. It's been brilliant, but it's been mucking about a bit. And also, half of it is a Bosch washing machine, so probably time to get a new one. I keep looking at the cordless DeWalt ones, but I can't justify 500 quid on a mixer. I don't know. I know it would be nice, but it's a lot of money to spend on a mixer. Yeah, that cost me 100 quid 13 years ago. It still works. It's just been cutting out a little bit on the trigger, so I don't know, we'll see. I've got a cordless Makita one if I'm desperate, so. Right, I ain't gonna muck about. I'm gonna get it straight on, just in case that does decide it's gonna go off. Like a lot of plasters, when they're old and they go off quick, they don't go off over time. It's like 1 minute they're alright, next minute they're gone, so.
I've got 2 or 3 bags, but surprising how little you actually use hardball. It's
How can it be so hard to find the end of a bloody scrim? There you go. I just want to scrim the plasterboard joints, and then once this is all done, then I'll scrim over them from that part, so the scrim's going flat to flat. You don't want scrim ducking in and then the end starts kicking out. So build it up first, then get your scrim on after. So that's that all done now, all buttoned in, all drying, and hopefully that should pick up. It's not going off as quick as I hoped, but I don't know, it might be right. I'm going to just let it pick up, give everything a PVA. So I'm only skimming, I'm going to skim the return there, obviously that. I'm going to skim the whole face of the breast, but I'm not coming into this arch or this reveal. I'm just going to feather it off there, and then obviously all of that wall. So I'll get on with giving that a couple of coats of PVA, and hopefully by then this will have picked up a bit more and I can just go straight on it then. I bought these little ox snips a while ago, and they were quite expensive. I think they was about 25 quid, but I'm really impressed with them. I mean, obviously they cut angle bead really well, but also you can use them sort of as a pair of scissors. So if you was cutting, I don't know, anything really, like your core deck or some cardboard, or you see they'll even cut like soft material. They're really good. If you can afford it, grab a pair of them, and they're really cute. They just slip in the back of the pocket as well. Got a nice little catch on them. So if Ox do want to sponsor me on snips, I'm sure you'll find how to contact me. Ox, tough as an old bull. What would be the tagline? Ox won't give you the pox. Ox, right way up would be better. Ox, the snip that rocks. Anyone would think I'm after a sponsorship. What would give anyone that idea? I think I was a bit optimistic here with this. Although that bag is June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 7 months out of date. That's not going off any quicker than if it was a fresh bag. So it's 25 to 1 now, and it's Saturday. I don't want to be too late. It's literally 10 minutes down the road, so I might just leave that overnight, which you should do really with hardwool. You shouldn't really go on it the same day. Yeah, it's just wet to the touch. It's not like bonding. It hasn't picked up. There's no dark spots going on it. It's been on there a little while now as well, but usually with bonding you'll start seeing it to start going the dark spots, but it's not happening with a hardwool. It's just sitting there the same colour as it was. So I think I'm just going to build out a little bit around the bottom of that bead, because that's a little bit shallow there on that corner. So I'm just going to put a bit of finish on that, build it out a bit. I think I'll probably leave this and come back tomorrow. Right, I'm the boss of this firm. I've made a decision. I'm going to go home now. I'm going to come back tomorrow for about 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, that'll all be fully cured, and I can just get a mix on, quick PVA again, and chuck it all on. Right, let's go home. Here we are again. It's Sunday morning, and I'm just going to go and finish that job from yesterday. It's 20 past 1. Let's get home. Let's have a little bit of Sunday, eh? Well, I'm glad I've got that done anyway. It's another one off the list. Didn't take too long really. I got in there at 9 this morning and it's now 20 past 1, so not a bad little run. Wasn't hard work. 2 or 3 cups of tea here and there. It was an easy little one really. But the main thing is it's done. That little job there, it can be a bit of a pig to park in the week out there. That's why I've got in there in the weekend, because you can literally park right outside the door. So sometimes it's worth the extra effort just to take that stress away in the week then. So anyway, I'm going to go home now, have the rest of my Sunday, have a shower. Probably end up cooking dinner as usual. Yeah, definitely. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking along with me. And I shall see you in the week, no doubt, with more of the same, maybe something different, who knows. We'll see what comes in. But enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody, and I'll see you soon.